I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All 6 of them.
Who are you?
Only one thing can control a kid as obnoxious as Doyle. And he just walked in the door.
I'm a friend of your mother's. I came to get you to bring you home.
Okay, sugar, what'll it be? What won't make me vomit?
Nothing burps better than bacon.
Disgusting.
Dutch.
See, I'm not such a bad guy, huh?
Rated PG-13. Special sneak preview Saturday, July 13th at theaters everywhere.
Hey, this is Matt once again. We're about to another review, and this is another request, this time from my good friend Mike, OCP Communications. If anyone wants to request any type of reviews or re-reviews or of movies or other stuff, topics, reactions, what have you, you can request to either send it directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And this is one for Dutch from 1991, and it's directed by Peter Faiman, who directed Crocodile Dundee, which is a favorite comedy of mine. It's written by John Hughes. It stars Ed O'Neill and Ethan Embry, which, funny enough, they would work together on this short-lived Dragnet TV show. Ethan Embry's not credited Ethan Embry. He's credited a different name, but it is Ethan Embry. That's the guy who was in Can't Hardly Wait, and he was one of the corporate assholes messing with John Cho and Harold Kumar go to White Castle. And Ed O'Neill, of course, he was the star of Married with Children, among many other stuff. And this is a film that is pretty much hated. Anywhere I go on YouTube, it's like completely trashed. And I wouldn't say I love the film. It was at the very least a time waster. It was okay. But I don't think it was that awful and that bad. I mean, it's not Ghostbusters 2016. It's not fucking The Predator. It's not... think of comedies. I mean, I didn't think it was that awful. Now, no, it's not as good as, say, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I didn't think it would be. Never expected that. But there still were moments that I thought worked, and Ed O'Neill and Ethan Embry I thought worked well for what they were supposed to do. The plot of the film is it's around Thanksgiving, and JoBeth Williams, her son is in this private school. The dad, played by Christopher McDonald, he's not going to pick up the son. He once again is going to disappoint the son. They're divorced. So JoBeth has a new boyfriend played by Ed O'Neill. And Ed O'Neill goes, hey, why don't I pick him up? Oh, I don't know. He doesn't like anybody. He's in this big, selfish, spoiled funk. No, hey, we'll have a road trip. Do us some good. Bond. We'll see what happens. And then picks up the kid. The kid is a complete and utter fucking spoiled brat. And that's the point. Because that way there's something to work towards. And Ed O'Neill's the type of guy who's not going to take any shit. And again, I'm watching the film, I'm going, okay, it's not as funny as Planes, Trains, Automobiles. You're right. But I still thought the actors did their jobs well. Ed O'Neill, I like this bit at the beginning where he talks to Christopher McDonald and goes, if you hurt her, I'll hit you so fucking hard your dog will bleed. Which I've never heard that line before. That I'll hit you so fucking hard your dog will bleed. I mean, that's like a phantom punch or Falcon punch or some shit. But yeah, Ethan Embry, I thought he did a good job as this spoiled brat who's a guy you just wanted to wring his fucking neck. And who was just this pompous, telling other kids, I'm going to have you written up for profanity. I'm going to have you work the kitchen for your future job qualities at Burger King. Like, the kid's a complete dickhead. And he blames his mother for the divorce, and he's total ass, kicking garbage from cleaners, and just... But that's the point. That's the point, is that he's supposed to be this fucking dickhead. And so Ed O'Neill picks him up, and the kid thinks he's someone else, or he shoots him with a BB gun. They both argue, and Ed O'Neill says, fuck it, and dads the kid and tears him out like a suitcase. And I wonder if that's where the hatred comes from, where it's not funny to treat children like this. I do wonder if that's the case. If, oh my god, it's abhorrent how Ed O'Neill is treating this kid. Well, yeah, because he's a dickhead. But it's a kid. Well, you've thought of it too. I think that's one of the things that I didn't mind about this film is when you've seen a kid who's a complete utter spoiled brat prick fuckwit, there are times you want to do the stuff that Ed O'Neill does in this movie. It's not like he punches the shit out of the kid and breaks his fucking hand. I mean, it's that, I don't want to say rubber band reality, but it's how far are you willing to go, and I guess for some people they just felt it wasn't funny. And they felt it was crude or mean or... I'm like, I don't know. You see fucking worse on Family Guy and other stuff, and some of them are meant to be kids. Or The Simpsons. Homer chokes the shit out of Bart Simpson. That's like one of the most famous things about The Simpsons. Although they stopped that pretty quick. They don't do that anymore, I don't think. Well, I don't watch The Simpsons anymore, but... If you do watch the new Simpsons, you let me know if Homer... I doubt he ever does choke Bart anymore. And I thought the two worked well together. How the kid looks down on working class, and Ed O'Neill's like, you know what, I don't need your approval. I'm doing well. In fact, I'm making more than what your mom gets from your dad. And he's trying to bond with the kid. He buys fireworks. He buys these racy playing cards. You're like a great big demented child. And Ed O'Neill just laughs. Now, again, do I think it was hilarious? No. As in... Ed O'Neill, I do wonder if he was trying to do a little bit of Al Bundy in this. Maybe that's not the right way to put it. I like Ed O'Neill. I do wonder if he was the right choice for this role. I guess what I mean by that is, I wonder if you took the same thing and if you had... Like, if you had Bill Murray being this sardonic, wise ass to the kid, maybe that would create... Like, again, Ed O'Neill I liked. I just wonder if something like that, or even Robin Williams, I wonder if that would have made it work more. I don't know. On the flip side, it was nice to have Ed O'Neill in the lead role. It's very rare for a film that he got to do that. It's just one of those pie in the sky wonderings. But later on, the fireworks bit didn't do much for me, because pretty much fireworks. They get bigger fireworks. Always coat got singed a bit. I mean, if that was meant for me to laugh, I didn't. So that kind of landed like a thud. On the flip side, I did enjoy the subtle scene where they keep fucking around in the car, where Ed O'Neill keeps turning off the AC or the heat, and then the kid keeps turning on the heat. Ed O'Neill does this, so then the kid makes Ed O'Neill's seat go further to... Like, that bit I thought was rather fun, and like that humor worked better than the fireworks bit. And maybe the movie seemed a bit edgier than people thought it would be. There's a part where the kid like throws a cigar in Ed O'Neill's lap. Is oh shit! I mean, the car gets smashed by a semi-truck and almost killed the guy. And there's some seriousness where Ed O'Neill's like, I'm a working class nobody and I don't take crap from kiddies. Okay, that stunt you pulled. You want to play spoiled, what was it? You know what? Because you want to play some spoiled brat prank, you put someone else's life in jeopardy. How about you think of someone else instead of your own spoiled ass? I don't know, maybe people thought, it's a bit awkward. But to me, that didn't bother me because it felt in a weird way more real, where no one wants to tell this kid the bottom line in such a matter-of-fact, no bullshit quality. That, you know what, you are a spoiled ass, and you could have got someone else killed. And to me, that buys more into the kid changing as time goes on, where he gives him these real truths and he tells it like it is. I didn't mind that part. And the kid's like, I'm gonna get you back. It's like, yeah, you know what I can do? I can pay for my breakfast. Nothing burns better than bacon. And again, their interactions. I will hate my mother for the record. Kiss my ass for the record. Or when Astro Security's beating on them, and is beating on Ed O'Neill, and the kid's like, stop it, leave him alone. And then pulls out the gun, but it's a BB gun, but they think it's real. Oh, watch it, watch this kid. He's got the voices, and then Ethan Embry oh yes, yeah, I got the voices, yeah, yeah, now that I kill your families too. That made me laugh too. And there's some sweetness to be had. There's a point where they have to go to this shelter for a night, and they meet this family, and the family treats them well, and he treats them back well, and it's a way of him being humbled. The kid learns a bit of humility, and again, certain moments where Ed O'Neill gives him these truth bombs and brings him a sobering message to his selfish qualities. Like when Ed O'Neill goes, oh, what do you care? You hate your mother. And the kid's like, no, I don't. Did she say that? Oh, what do you care? You know, I don't hate my mother for the record. Kiss my ass for the record. I think those sobering qualities that, you have to determine why is it that this kid's going to change after he's such a spoiled brat. Granted, Planes, Trains, Automobiles there's a scene where Steve Martin's yelling at John Candy. Maybe people are more comfortable with that because it's two adults instead of a guy to a kid. again, I watched this film Dutch, and how do I value a comedy? Did it keep me interested? Yeah. Did I like the actors? Sure. Did I laugh? A couple times. It wasn't the funniest movie ever. And it wasn't hilarious, to be fair. If you want to talk John Hughes writing, no, I don't put this up with, well, he directed Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. But, I mean, is this any worse than, well, I was going to say Dennis the Menace, but I don't remember that movie. I don't remember hating that film. I mean, I've seen much worse comedies. Much, much worse comedies. They picked a comedy from the past couple years. I'd rather watch Dutch than some of that shit. Stuff with Melissa McCarthy, like, hell, I'd rather watch this than fucking Bridesmaids, and Bridesmaids got an Oscar nomination for a script. I got more laughs out of this than Bridesmaids, which has people shitting in a fucking sink and shitting in the middle of the street. Ha 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 ha. But that's okay. But this movie, oh my god, it's so, I mean, I just don't understand the hate for it. I can understand, it was okay, or middle of the road, I can understand that. And I can't even tell you why I feel that it's just okay. Sometimes with comedies, sometimes it just moderately entertaining is the best way for me to describe my viewing of this. Again, part of me is like, I don't really know why it wasn't funnier than it should have been. I can't put into words. I'm sure there's smarter people that would, and maybe you can write it down in the comment section. But yeah, it was okay. They use this god-awful piece of shit, but its reputation, I mean, to the fact that Ed O'Neill really didn't get the star in any comedies ever again. I mean, I don't think it's that fucking bad, but hey, what do I know? Adventures of Ford Fairlane is one of my favorite comedies. And Ed O'Neill was that. Booty time, across the USA. Like, that movie is absolutely hilarious. I love Ford Fairlane. This, it's okay. It's alright. I just, in a way, some of the drama was a bit more sobering, almost in a real manner, than other comedies at the time, in a weird way, with how, you could see people talking to kids like this. But I just see, I won't say I see this movie happen in real life, but just, people got like, oh, he's trying to shoot the kid with a BB gun. Yeah, because he got shot and he wants payback. Yeah, but you can't do that. I guess that's I guess maybe it's one of those things people feel like on The Simpsons, why you never see Homer choke Lisa Simpson or Marge. It just doesn't work. And maybe that's what people felt about certain aspects of this. That, okay, Macaulay Culkin doing the stuff to the kid, to the wet bandits, that works. Some of this other stuff, maybe they felt just a bit too over the line. Maybe that's the case. Now I'm just lollygagging around trying to figure out like why it's gotten this reputation. But yeah, it was okay. With that said, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys later. Bye bye.